Hello everyone, welcome to Titan Academy. In this video, we will cover the few advanced options in the Titan Forms table. Alright, so we have here the table from our previous videos, and what we're doing with this table is just running on load, getting some account information. Let's see how this looks like. We'll publish it. And we're just getting some accounts, and that's it. What we want to do with this thing is have a custom action that will open a modal, and from that modal you'll be able to edit your account, get the account information, edit it, and then I'll show you how to close that modal once the user clicks a button, and then return that value, either redirect the entire window or do something smarter and return the value to the parent window and refresh just with a custom action. Alright, so let's set up our get in our modal window. So we'll pass in the account ID, and we'll pass this in from the custom action on the table. And let's head over to the get. Alright, and it will auto trigger. So let's say account ID equals our account ID. Apply. Let's map our fields. So name, email, map to type, SLA, and that's that. Apply and finish, and we have everything set up. Now we want to set up the push. So let's head over to the push, and we'll use it in a custom action, and our action is update. We'll say account ID equals our ACC ID hidden, and we'll hit apply. Let's map our fields. So name to the name, and map it to the value. We have the industry, map it to the value, SLA, and I think type we did, apply and finish. I think we left out the email. Let's just confirm. So our email is not mapped. Great. Now let's just do the normal scenario. We'll put a button here, and that will be we'll run the custom action. And let's name this save, and we'll add a hidden here, and we'll name it after save. And what we will do with the custom action is we'll return it to the account ID after save. That's wonderful. Okay, let's head over to our table. And head over to the element settings, advanced, custom actions, configure, add an action. We'll say click to edit. We'll just do edit. And now we need to move our, once the user clicked, we want to move it to the hidden. So we'll get the account ID. So we'll pass in the hidden over here, and we'll do click the ACC ID, and that will receive our value once the user has clicked the edit custom action. Okay, so we'll go back over here, we'll map it, We covered the rest of this in previous videos. And with this hidden, I'll set a condition saying if it's not empty, what I would like you to do is redirect, and we'll select other. You can map it from a URL, from a hidden. In my instance, I'm just gonna pass it in just like so, and let's see what's our FLD7. And we will open it in the modal. Let's do 915 by 915, and you can hide the header. You can set a timeout how long it will take to open the window. In our instance, we're just going to leave everything as it is, and we're going to pass in the click account ID, and it's FLD7 on our child form. All right, let's publish this and we'll see how it does. Okay, so I'll click the edit. We're getting the data from here. Now let's say I'll update it to just edited account, and I'll hit save. And now my modal stays open. What if I want to close it automatically after the user hits save? In order for you to do this, we'll head over to our child form, and we'll add a condition on this hidden since we're getting it after it's being saved. So we want, once the save is done, we want to close the modal. So we'll say if it's not empty, then we're sure that the save ran. We will click execute JavaScript. Now Titan has a bunch of functions you can discover right out of the box. So the first thing I see is close a modal window. So let's use this, and I'll put it over here and save. Technically you don't even need to refresh, just click edit and I'll hit save. Once it's done, my modal closed. Wonderful. But what if I want to see the edits immediately here? So I'll go back to my conditions, and instead of using ft close modal, what I will do is window.ft reload parent. So let's put this in a comment, and I'll put this guy, and let's head back and click edit. And now let's give this some changes, and I'll hit save. The save ran, updated my account, and refreshed my parent window. Wonderful. But what if, for instance, you don't want to refresh the entire window every time if you had a bunch more elements on the screen? Right now I just have the table. That's great. But what if you want to control it and refresh specific parts of your page? That you could do by using this. So let's say we'll add a hidden here, and we'll say count ID updated. Let's do modal. Great. And now technically we don't even have to pass the actual ID. We just want to set it with something, but let's just grab this and we'll pick it up from there. So that right now is FLD75, and we'll head over to the our modal, and I'll configure the conditions, and I'll go back to the JavaScript. And what I will do is I'll get rid of the parent, and let's take a look at our functions again. So what we have over here is window.ft set value by ID. So we can grab this and we can say that FLD75 will be updated with this value. But we have something missing here, since right now we're calling window.ft set value and our current window is the modal. So what we got to do here is do window.parent modal.ft set value by ID. Now we can either do a static value or we can actually pass in the value that was saved. And that we could do by ft get value by ID, and we can pass it directly here. And let's remove this and let's go find the account ID after save. In this case you don't need it since it's the account and you already know what's the account that was clicked, but in many cases you will create new objects and you want to get that ID back so you can do some queries on that ID and load it in your parent account. There's limitless options here. I'm just trying to show you how you can use this in a clever way. Alright, so this ID is FLD9. So I'll head back to the save. Sorry, I'll head back to my condition and go back to the execute.js. And so we're setting FLD75 on the parent window with the value that we're getting from the modal window with the FLD9. One thing we didn't do, we didn't uncheck the ft close modal. So we'll hit apply and let's save this and let's run it. Let's refresh this so we get the new ID, and let's run it and see what happens. Alright, let's save it. It's saved. Closed my modal, updated my hidden, and nothing happened to the parent screen. But from here you can do anything with it, since you can come here and say right now my get is running on execute on form load. But normally you would have conditions. I want to get this account, I want to get that account, and then you would have it in a custom action button, and then once the modal updates it, you can run that custom action. So let's just clone this just to show you. This is really silly, but what we will do is using custom action button, this does not have any conditions, and we can do, you know what, let's just get the current account ID. So we'll say, so our table will be filled up with just one record after the update. Just to show you how this works. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm just trying to show you how this thing actually does. So equals, and we'll do count ID modal updated, and we'll run this, hit apply and apply. And over here, we're going to go to our conditions and we'll do, if it's not empty, we do not need to support opposite, please run a Salesforce action, and we'll run this guy. Hit apply and save. Let's refresh it and let's see how we do. So I'll change this to AAA and let's save it and watch what happens. So we closed our modal, we ran our custom get, and just imagine the possibilities here. You can create new objects, return that specific object that was created that had nothing to do with the object on your table, return it to your main screen, run your specific gets, rerun your gets. The sky's the limit here. Alright, I'm just going to show you one more thing here with the table. So let's say head back to our conditioning on the clicked from the custom action on the table, and let's head back to our redirect open modal, and we can see that we can run also to redirect it properly. So either we open it in the actual window that we're on, or if we're embedded in the parent window, or we can proper redirect it to a blank URL. So I'm just going to show you this real quick. And we have our parameters set already, so we're passing in the clicked account ID, and we'll hit apply, save, and let's just go ahead over here and refresh, and we'll click the edit, and we have our new screen opened in a new window, and from here you can take it. Let's say you want to pop up new models here, and really the sky's the limit. And this is how it's done.